Last time in the Kingdom Hearts One Piece arc, the gang reunited after a 2-year separation. Now Sora has a lot of growing up to do, but first he needs help from Luffy and the others. But and now he must. Not only that, he's gonna reunite with an old friend. Who is it? We'll find out. Hi, my name is Narisaki Fan in Kentucky,
I'm Vanessa Diaz.
and welcome to another Kingdom Hearts One Piece crossover. We're doing the Fishman Island arc. First, we're gonna start off with the um. It was it was it started off when the Caribou had been buried the fake straw hats, and then he found out the real straw hats, I believe.
Yeah, I think he snuck on their ship, hiding
Yeah,
in one of the barrels.
and I could see Pete. Would Pete join him?
Not really. If anything, he'd probably already be in Fishman Island.
Okay. Um. Anyway, and it would be
They should be
kind of
they should be diving down into the water by now.
yeah. And Sora said, "This brings back a lot of memories." What do you mean by that, Sora? Oh, I was a mermaid. I was a merman, and I was friends with this mermaid. Like, wait, the sergeant pushed him and said, "You were friends with a mermaid? What?" Then he shakes him and says, "Was she hot?"
Yeah,
And Kyrie said, "Yes, Sora. Was she hot?" And actually, no, she wouldn't be jealous of Ariel.
she's nothing compared to you, Kyrie.
Yeah, and she, oh, and Sanji does his thing whenever Sora and Kyrie kiss. He cries, "Why could that be me?"
Plus, I don't
And
think you'd have a shot with her anyway, Sanji. Her dad is very strict. Plus, she's already married.
what the hell? Yeah, and then Carbio revealed, and they have a boss fight with Carbio.
So the key, well, considering the Keyblade is another weakness of Logia types,
Yeah, and what? I knew the Keyblade was real, but I didn't know it was that strong. There's a lot of things you don't know about the Keyblade. Well,
and they lock him in the barrel.
yeah, and Sora said, "This is to make sure you never get." He locks them with the Keyblade. He said, "How did you do that?" It's a
The Keyblade can open and lock anything,
yeah,
like the
and then
keyholes.
yeah,
Do they also run into Momu again?
yeah, and Sora said, and
Hey, isn't that
Nami,
that girl from Arlong's crew?
yeah.
Luffy threw around.
Wait, what? Why would you do that, Luffy? Because
It was attacking us.
but still, Momo's one of the nicest of the Arlong crew, besides Hachi. You didn't need to hit him. Oh, I'm sorry, Nami. I said, "Oh, I can't stay mad at you." and
Like I said,
Sanji,
Sanji and Luffy already beat him up before Arlong Park.
yeah, and then I believe the Kraken appears.
Once they go further down, yeah. Unless
You,
don't they
like,
meet the Dutchman first, or is that later?
I forget when Sora sees the Dutchman, he said that
Like, huh? Is Will there?
yeah. Then looks over and disappointed. And then he looks sad.
No,
What's wrong?
man, it's not Will. I was hoping to see him again.
Yeah,
No, because I don't think we need Jack here messing things up again.
and 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 Usopp said, Hey, come on, you talk about this, Jack. He can't be that bad, can he?
Oh, you have no idea, Usopp.
Yeah, then he said, then, then he said, wait a minute. Tommy, how did you get the Keyblade?
It just appeared in my hand.
Did you touch, wait a minute,
Did
did
you?
you touch
Was there a
Ivy?
ceremony? Kyrie, did you touch your keyblade?
Yeah, yes, we did. They did a mini ceremony. She was tired of being weak and wants to help their friends. And Kyrie says, "I got a secret." It was before the Sabaori arc. She
So
said,
Kyrie got her keyblade and Nami touched it.
"Yeah,
So they didn't do the whole like ceremony Tara did with Riku.
yeah, they did.
Does Kyrie even know that
Yes,
saying?
yes, Aqua. Yes, they explained it to her.
So how official is that ceremony?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I just assume they just touched it because that's how Kyrie got hers by mistake.
Yeah. Then Sora said, wait,
There's
not
a
because
ceremony?
not yeah." And Kyrie said she accidentally touched her key. Aqua's team. Wait, you could get a keyblade by touching it. Then he remembers. Oh no! Flashback to Jack Sparrow touched the keyblade.
Oh god.
What's wrong?
Guys, Jack took I gave Jack my keyblade. Like, oh dear.
We'll worry about that later. Right now we got on the way out of here. And then then Carbo Carbo's ship returns. No, that's not what
Now
happened.
that was already destroyed by that point.
Yeah,
I think they're like down the ocean floor right outside Fishman Island.
yeah.
And
Did
kind
we?
of those guys from Horty's crew.
Yeah, and Source said we gotta find a way to. Donald, you think you could turn us into mermen? And Donald said, "Wow, yeah." Then he turned Sora. Sora. Who else would he turn into merman?
Kyrie, maybe?
What about Sanji?
No. He doesn't have his legs.
Okay, Zoro.
Zoro, I can see because he can still use his swords.
Yeah, and I doubt. I doubt it'll work
Yeah,
on
not
Luffy.
Luffy because he can't swim.
Yeah, they give him the bubble and said,
Maybe
"All right,
he turns Nami into one, so since she can get into can do some fighting.
sure." And when Luffy and Sanji sees it, they both have their nose bleed.
Nami probably have an orange tail.
Yeah, and if it was a game, let's say the controls would be better than KH1's.
They won't be total ass.
Yeah, and so it's a good thing Ursula's not here. That Sora said, don't say it, because they don't you remember Maleficent came back to life? Well, so good, Ursula. Oh yeah,
Don't worry, she won't show up.
yeah. And
She
I
doesn't
know,
even have Triton's power, so it's not gonna work.
right? Then he sees some. Wait. Then he sees a. Well, during the battle, he was in a shipwreck. He sees a picture and he says, "Wait, is that?" He takes it, and it's a picture of King Triton in his younger days. I could see
Hmm.
Triton coming to Fishman Island one point.
Would he be friends with Neptune?
Yeah. In fact, there'll be a twist about it later.
Hmm.
For right now, the
I think the ship's trying to get into like the city because their
yeah,
bubbles shrinking.
and they all separate. I
Mm-hmm.
believe. Sora still, Sora,
Did they say it's
Sora,
like the mer people? forms for
Yeah,
like the whole arc.
yeah, and the separation of Sora, Luffy, and Mickey with the and
Maybe once they're like on dry land, somewhat dry land, they turn into like their normal forms, but like in water, they'll be the mer people.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Isn't that like how Ariel does it in Little Mermaid 2?
Yeah, I never seen that
The
movie.
I assume that's how it was, because how did she get back to being a mermaid in the sequel?
Hmm. Of course, I've never seen that one, and Tara Strong says it's one of her favorite roles she ever made, which is
Hmm.
ironic. The movie sucked.
It's probably one of the better Disney sequels, honestly.
Yeah, and
Not that the bar is that high.
yeah, not to be the dead horse, but I'd rather watch bad Disney sequel over bad live action remake. And I believe the next part is when they meet.
They all wake up at Kami's place.
Yeah, and Sora. Wait, Kami? Is that you? Then say hi, Sora, Luffy, Mickey. Do you know where everyone else is? Then they
They
see,
must be split up amongst the island.
yeah, and then he sees, oh, there's Sanji, Chopper, and Usopp.
Oh, Sanji's probably with those mermaid girls.
Yeah, I found it. He's found his
I'm
all blue.
leaving the crew and staying here.
And Sora says, no, you're not. You're coming with us and fighting the all blue. Your dream. Because I refuse to. I can say that. And Sora
I
says, no,
can
you're not.
change his mind.
And Sora says, no, you're not. I'm changing. I'm making sure your dreams come true. Even though, despite the fact that he doesn't like Sanji, he still wants Sanji's dream to come true.
How much does he doesn't like him? Does it like he's just annoyed by him,
Yeah, he's annoyed by him.
but he still considers him like a friend.
Yeah.
I think Frankie's going to find the Sunny, and Robin's going to find the Poneglyph.
And Kyrie and Nami are shopping. And Kyrie sees a wedding dress. It's ooh.
These fish people know good styles.
Yeah, and do you think that dress would fit my personality, Nami? I don't know. And Nami takes a look at it and said, yeah, it looks like a princess like you. By the way, when is
Well,
the
I am a
wedding?
princess of heart.
Well, yeah. Then then she says, what's wrong? I just don't know about my back. I don't know anything about my past. All I remember is waking up in Sora's Island. But that's all I remember.
And meeting Master Aqua.
Yeah, that too.
She's the one who sent me to Sora's Island
Yeah.
inadvertently. Because
And
I don't think she really planned on her going to Destiny Island.
yeah, Nami says, I mean, Aqua told her that this the spell will lead you to the person that'll protect you. I believe your to her light, which is Sora, which is a, which is a sign they're gonna get together.
Yeah, subtle. I like Kishi.
Yep. Speaking which, Sora, um, they they walk through Fishman Island and say, "Would you like to read this book? It's called Naruto." Said, "Ooh."
Nope, fire go. Sora wouldn't even have second thoughts about that.
Yeah. But it's kind of love story. That's so beautiful. Is it more beautiful? Oh please, my Kyrie's love story was more beautiful. I mean, did Naruto save Hinata by sacrificing his heart? No.
I think not.
These jokes are fun,
Yes,
and we're not apologizing for them.
nor should we.
Um,
I guess in the
then
next parts they meet up with Neptune.
yeah,
Like, whoa, he's huge.
and then
Oh, what's this here's Megalo? A spiky haired boy. You have a keyblade, don't you?
how do you know about the Keyblade?
I know it hurts many things.
Not to mention, I know a Keyblade wielder here. Wait, you do? Yes.
Yes, he's at my palace right now. He
Yeah,
mentioned your name, Sora.
you did?
Come, I will escort. You are guests of honor at the palace.
Oh, all right. Then, yeah. Did we skip the part where they reunite with Nami and Kyrie?
Weren't they? Or didn't they meet up with them and find them shopping with Nami heckling?
Yeah. What would Kyrie think of Nami's haggling?
She,
Would
I
she,
don't know.
would she be embarrassed and said, but
No, she
got
knows Nami too well, and like that's her thing.
yeah. She was haggling her wedding dress. Nami haggled her wedding dress. She said, "Listen, buddy, my my sister. That's right. I'm calling Kyrie my sister. Is gonna have the is gonna have the most beautiful wedding dress, and you're gonna give her a discount for because she's a princess." She used that card. Then she threatens him with the keyblade. It's like, okay, okay, okay. 85% off.
Smooth, Nami.
And then Sora said, "Look what's in there." And then she's, you know, you can't see that yet. He can't see the wedding. That's a running gag. He can't see the wedding dress yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be an unlocking key.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they think they cut over to like Horty. I think.
Yeah. And Horty said that heartless. He said, "This is a great idea, Pete. These heartless are magnificent creatures."
They're good for our plan to take to the surface world.
I like you, Horty. You are you are so evil.
So evil.
Yeah. That's why Maleficent likes she likes the most evilest villains.
Yeah. Ones that are actually evil and good villains.
Yeah. Jafar!
I wouldn't count Frollo. He wasn't really part of her inner circle.
He should have been. Oh,
So would he really want to work with them, given they're probably all blasphemers in his eyes?
you're probably right about that. He probably called Maleficent a
Probably
witch.
call them all gypsies.
Yeah.
Yes, call the bag of bugs a gypsy.
Uh-huh.
There's no pleasure.
Yeah. Then Sora says, I seen a picture of talk to Neptune. I seen a picture of you before. Right here. You know this guy? Oh, that's King Triton. He's my brother. Dun, dun, dun. What?
What?
Wait, you're King
Funny,
Triton's
he
brother?
also we're in touch, and he didn't mention a boy like he mentioned you. He
Really?
saved his kingdom twice.
Yeah. How's he doing?
I haven't seen him in a while. Last I
I
saw of
heard
him, his daughter Ariel had just got married to her love Eric.
that's awesome.
No, Ariel.
And
No one likes my Shirahoshi.
wait, who is who is Shirahoshi?
My daughter, the
Oh,
youngest of my 4 kids.
uh, okay. Um, and we we skipped the part where Sanji
Sanji
turned
has
his
to have
phone.
that blood transfusion.
Yeah,
He's got to get it from those 2 guys from Ivankov's place.
yeah, yeah. And then what happened? They finally reached the castle and to look for blood. Sorry, it's been
The
so long. I
feast.
forgot some things.
They were going for that feast in their honor.
Yeah, and and then Sora finally meets Riku, and strangely enough, Riku still looks the same as he did the last time he saw him.
Yeah, about time you guys got here. What's
Riku,
that voice? Riku! Does he do the thing with his mouth like in the first game?
yes.
Like,
Hey, got it.
again with that, Sora?
I'm not dreaming this
Sorry, had to
time.
make sure you're actually here. Well, I, well, I am here.
Yeah.
But what happened to you? Well, you did not age. It's been, well, here it's been 2 years. Hmm. Time does move differently.
Hmm.
Riku, why are you here? Oh, Your Majesty.
I told you to call me Mickey.
Oh, another king, huh? It's nice to meet you, little mouse.
Oh, we don't need to be so formal. And hey, Riku. That's Donald and Goofy who's giving him a hug. Hey, Riku, have you seen what happened to Aqua and the others?
Probably they're on their own adventure. Like,
Did do you think we'll be able to reunite with them?
possible.
I heard I heard in Aqua is at some place called Dress Rosa. I think that'd be a good Aqua arc, wouldn't it?
Yeah, she can team up with Tifa.
Yeah. And Cloud and Cloud said, "So you must be Riku."
Sora's told me a lot about you.
Yeah, and you must be Cloud. And then while they were reuniting, Sora noticed, where's Luffy? He went over to find Luffy, who's looking for the kitchen.
Yeah,
Sora caught up with him and said, "Hey, Luffy, what are you doing? We should have. I smell
I
food."
smell food.
And then they accidentally go in Shirahoshi's room.
And
And they
start
meet.
eating her food.
Yeah. And then Sora says, "Wow, that's the biggest mermaid I ever saw."
Oh, Ariel's nothing compared to this.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Shirahoshi's hot.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, and Shirahoshi was crying, and Sora said, "Come down, come down, come down." Luffy called her a wimp.
I don't think I like you. Both Shiroshi and Megalo are like offended.
Yeah.
Luffy, idiot.
Yeah. And I believe Kyrie says, Kyrie noticed Sora and Luffy are missing. And said, "Oh well, at least as long as Luffy's with Sora, that'll be okay." Because Sora's the smart. Because Sora is the smarter of those two idiots.
Yeah.
And Nami said, "That's not saying much."
Don
But
would agree.
yeah, then suddenly they get attacked by Heartless. And said, "Oh great, these guys, the Heartless are back. Great, Riku said I was starting to get bored. Wait, you haven't fought for 2 years? Oh, I fought. I sparred. Just never fought Heartless." And Riku noticed Nami has a Keyblade. So you have a Keyblade. What kind of specialty are you?
Magic.
Sweet. Then he flirts with Nami and said, Too bad I'm taking." And he said, "Okay, fair enough. Like, it's not that Luffy idiot, is it?"
What if it is?
Nothing. As long as you're not with with a emo, with a pervert that turns out every woman. That's Sanji.
Sanji sneezes.
Yeah. While he was in a coma, and and Chopper says, "Why did Sanji sneeze while he's in a coma? That makes sense."
Chopper, welcome to the One Piece world.
Yeah. And while Sora was Vanderdeck and his,
Well, they'd see like the weapons getting thrown to the door.
yeah, and Sora blocks it with Reflect.
Or cuts one in half.
Yep. And Taro sees, "Are you a Keyblade wielder?"
Yes, I am.
And they keep on saying,
Father told me stories of them.
"I hope they're good." Yeah.
Most of us are good. Some bad. Like Lushu and Xehanort.
Yeah. But he doesn't know about Lucian, to be fair.
Oh
But
yeah, but alright, yeah, he doesn't know Lushu is Zigbar.
yeah.
But that was
But
a I don't know how to feel about that twist.
I don't know how I feel either. We'll
Because
find
it
out.
basically retroactively made Zigbar the villain of the whole Darkseeker saga.
Yeah.
And making Xehanort his lackey.
Yeah. And after that battle, the Minister of the Right comes and he captured Zoro but Nami, Kyrie, and Mickey, Zoro and Mickey, but Nami, Kyrie, and the other. Mickey tells him, "Go on, we'll we'll meet up later." Then Kyrie was hesitant, but Nami said, "He's right. What good will we do if we're all captured, Kyrie? We'll get up later." And meanwhile, I'm sure Hoshi and Luffy was talking, and she wanted to see her mom's grave, I believe.
I know she hides in Megalo and they're Luffy and Sora are flying through there.
Yeah. And then after that, um, they see Sanji the, and
And
they think
Sanji and Chopper.
Sanji and Chopper. They say hi, and the Fishman saw the princess. They thought Sora and them kidnapped her. Sora and Luffy kidnapped her.
They also get into the fight with Vanderdecken too.
Yeah, it's a wait. What do you want with a princess? And she said, "It's very simple, boy. I want to marry her. Sort
Oh,
of like,
you're an idiot. Yeah, she's way out of your league, buddy.
yeah. And they had a mini boss fight with him.
I mean, it probably wouldn't even be a boss fight since he's really not that strong.
Yes,
You probably have like maybe one health bar.
yeah. It'd be like this. He'd go like, you know that scene where he tries to charge at him, and then sort of yawns while he was.
Actually, it'd be like that electrocutioner fight in Origins on the ship
Yep.
where Batman just jump kicked electrocutioner.
Yeah.
It'd probably be like that. Be cool if that was done to Sasuke. He just took him out in one hit.
Oh, I would love to. I would loop it.
Especially the slow mo kick to the face after it.
Yeah. And after that, um, um, Kyrie and Ka- Carmine flee the Ryu place
Along
before
with Nami.
yeah,
Since the water rushes in and they can turn into their mer forms.
yeah, and I could see either Donald or Goofy both going with them.
Probably Goofy.
Yeah, what about Cloud too?
Cloud, I can see that.
Yeah, they all escape. He
Because
he's not doing much yet, but he
Riku
will.
and Mickey would stay behind to help them get away.
Yeah, and they finally and
Everybody, well, at least Luffy and Nami's group, arrive at the sea forest.
yeah, and when Sora and Kyrie finally kiss, Riku says, "It's about time. When are you two getting married?" It's just, oh,
Riku wouldn't be there just yet. He's still at the palace.
oh yeah, I forgot.
He stayed behind as Horty's crew showed up.
Yeah,
Should him and Zoro team up to fight Horty and wound him?
yeah, it'd be an epic boss fight. And he's in, hey, can I? You think I can spar with you sometime?
Sure, you
Sure.
are strong. Be a good challenge.
Sora told me you're one of the strongest key bearers ever. I've been before
Yeah,
he came.
sounds like something he'd say.
Yeah. Then he asks, "There's one thing I don't get. Why did why did Kyrie like him more than you? I mean, look at you."
Let's just say my past is not the best.
And then he
Look,
said,
I only see
"Besides,
her as a friend.
yeah, I see her like a sister." Then he said, did he tell you that? Did Sora tell you that he and Kyrie are getting married?
No, no, he didn't.
Well, he is.
I'll have to congratulate them once we reunite.
Yeah, back at the.
Right, but first we got to deal with these guys.
Yep.
And they see Horty power up on the pills.
Yeah, we said I don't. I
This
out
doesn't
of
look good.
yeah. Riku will say, "I got a bad feeling about this."
And somewhere Obi-Wan is like, huh? He'd be an interesting member to join the crew, honestly.
Who, Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt we'll have him there, but it would be.
One could hope.
Yeah. And then after reuniting Sanji returned back to normal, I believe, and
since he was stoned.
yeah, and
I guess
then
and
they
they
all
meet
was
Jinbei in the sea forest and like, Princess Shirahoshi.
yeah. What's he doing? Then he noticed Sora and Luffy. Luffy, Sora.
Oh, of course.
He
I
said,
told I oh you got my message from the princess. No, we didn't.
yeah, and then they, of course, they reunite with Kyra and Nami and Goofy and Cloud. Of course,
Turning back to
Kyra.
their normal forms.
Yep, and of course they kiss. The couples kiss. While
Thinking
Cloud, while Cloud watches and thinks of Tifa.
about Tifa Cloud. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure she's out there. Yeah. Uh, there's one person I don't need to worry about. It's her.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's a good.
She gave us quite a You and her gave us quite a challenge at the Underworld tournament.
Yeah, I wonder if that's canon or not.
I don't know, but I think it's a neat little callback.
Yeah. Anyway, then Jinbei says, "I got a story you must hear," and I think I'm the reason that
I'm the one who let
Arlong,
Erlong go.
the
And
Nami
and
was like,
Katsu's like, no, don't. We made her so. We hurt her so bad.
and Nami says, "It's okay. I have to hear it." And Nami
Decided
tells,
because our navigator suffered so much that they Erlong's hands.
then Nami says, "It's okay, Sanji. I can take it." And
And he gives the whole backstory about Fisher Tiger and the Sun Pirates.
yeah, and one day they meet a key bear by the name. Um, how long did it take? How long was it? 10
I don't.
years?
I forget.
I was thinking about having Xehanort in the flashback.
A pre-corrupted Xehanort.
Yeah, yeah. But was he? When was he evil?
I don't know because I don't know when the young version turned like that due to the
Yeah,
whole like time travel thing.
yeah. We'll do one of the yeah. He, or we could have Xehanort pretend to be good.
But would he have the glowing eyes though?
Yeah, but he can hide them.
Okay.
I know it's stupid, but it's not Naruto stupid.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Eh, anyway, here's what happens in the flashback. Z- Xehanort was the one that was the one that told Horty to kill the Fishman. Was the one that told him to kill the queen. Because I could buy Xehanort doing that.
But I can tell him saying, but Horty was already planning to do that.
I
He
could,
just Xehanort just offered him the power of darkness for it.
yes,
Because remember, Horty doesn't need a motivation for this.
yeah. And then he said, "I offer you the," and then Jinbei was feeling guilty while Arlong was laughing evilly. He wants to kill Koala. Well, Koala bonds with them, and Sora said, "I'd like to meet this Koala. I wonder if she's still around."
Give it 2 arcs.
then then we had the death scene of Tiger's death play out like the real one.
Where he
Oh
refuses treatment.
yeah, and Jinbei had helped Arlong escape, and Jinbei feels guilty, but he knows because he knows Arlong is not the same Arlong he once was.
I seriously doubt he was ever any different than he is now.
Yeah, I still think he was always evil. Just
Yeah.
but I love about Oda. He doesn't make Arlong sympathetic,
Nope.
and then the flashback
I mean,
finishes.
I feel more sad for Fisher Tiger than I do Arlong.
Yeah, and Hachi too.
Yeah, Hachi's at least sorry for what he did.
Yeah,
Because the thing about that is, with Oda, they don't sweep the cause out under the rug like in Naruto.
yeah,
Unlike Naruto, where they just ignored everything Sasuke did.
right.
It's why I posted that with Endeavor in that Blue Star video you were in.
Yeah. Hmm. And the flashback ended. Jinbei says he could not stop Arlong's tyranny in the East. That's why he and I'll tell you, and then after that he met Maleficent. And Maleficent gave him Heartless, and and then Sanji confronts Jinbei, and he gets pissed off, and he tells him to commit suicide, and Sora punches. Sora was the one that punched him. How dare you say that? Jinbei is sorry for how he caused Nami.
Might not change anything, but he still regrets what he did. I mean, look at Hachi. He's sorry, and he's our friend.
Yeah, and Nami says Sora's right. If it weren't for you, son, if it weren't for this, I wouldn't meet the people. I wouldn't have my sister here, and referring to Kairi.
Any of you guys. So in
And
the end, it all worked out for the best.
and, and I want you, Luffy. Then she kisses Luffy. Luffy doesn't
So he's
sleep.
probably sleeping during the story.
And then she says, "I'm not." She's not angry about it too, because she knows Luffy better.
She knows him too well. Because then
Yeah.
Jinbei starts the story about the queen.
Yeah. And then Sora asks, "There's one thing I don't get. How come? How is Neptune and King Triton brothers and live in different kingdoms? Can you
And in
explain?
different worlds.
Can you explain that to me, Jinbei?"
I don't think he's got the answer.
Yeah, translation. Neither do I.
Yeah. Or how Triton even landed in a completely different world.
Yeah, let's just say
A wizard did it.
yes.
That's
But
the go-to excuse.
yeah. and then Horty shows up on television when he
And
announces
announces that he'll execute the king at the Royal Plaza.
in 3 hours. And Sora asks, "Why 3 hours? Why not kill him now?"
I'm not a good villain.
That reminds me of the Nostalgia Critic Batman and Robin review where he says, "I'll kill you next time. Why not kill him now?"
You
Which is a good point.
know what? It's kind of like in those How It Should Have Ended. It's like, you know what? This is stupid. I'll just do it now. That was way easier. You can't keep playing with your targets.
Right. Meanwhile, Robin examines a phonograph about the Joy Boy. Is that what happened?
Yes, that was what she found. And Poseidon, too.
Yeah, and she also finds up another clue to Kingdom Hearts. Then she looks at. Wait, What is it? Walt Disney? Mickey said Walt Disney was the first ever Keyblade wielder. Yes, Walt Disney's gonna be part of this One Piece story. Sue me. Sorry, I just love putting him in there because without Walt Disney, we probably wouldn't be
None of this
doing
would
this.
be possible.
Yeah, and so this is my tribute to you, Walt. I hope you're looking down on us smiling.
Us,
And I
but
hope,
not his own company.
yes, and Kishimoto.
Yeah.
at the palace, they they showed Riku, Donald the King, and Zoro
Brook
and
and
Usopp.
Zoro and Usopp.
Yeah, make a plan. And Brook,
And Brook shows
it's
he can separate his soul from his body.
yeah, and Riku said, and Riku almost quits it, but Mickey puts a arm on his head and said, "Just don't, just don't." Then he says, "Hey, what's? It's another. It's gonna be a foreshadowing of a summon, Jim.
Which one did we say it was? Leviathan?
We did Leviathan last time.
Okay. I don't know if there's any more water types out there.
How about
We
should we
could do
do?
Shiva.
Who is Sheba from?
She's the ice Final Fantasy summon.
Okay, now, now think about it. You're right. And
Maybe Odin can be in Dressrosa.
yeah,
I don't mean the Marvel one. I mean the Final Fantasy one.
yeah. And we have that. And when Sora finds out that his friends are kept, so we need to make a. He rushes up, and Robin was the one that stopped it and said, "Hold on, Sora. Robin? Yeah, I know what you're about to do. You're about to jump through, but you never think these through." And Kyrie said, "That's Sora in a
Here's your
nutshell."
captain.
And I don't care. Our friends are in danger.
No, we need to be smart about this, Sora. Jimmy goes, she's right. One wrong move and this will all be for nothing.
Okay, then they all make their plans, and Luffy
I think
argue.
Nami and Sanji go get Zoro and the others, while Sora and Jinbei go with Shirahoshi to the plaza.
Yeah, Kyrie goes with Sanji and Nami, wouldn't
Right.
she?
Yeah. I forget, does Chopper stay with Frankie on the ship?
Yes.
Now we should get Horty and his crew brought into the plaza while he's doping on the pills.
Yeah. I believe. Who was the fishman that said, "Hey, come on, I'm not old, or I'm not done." When he turns out he's completely, he was lying.
Zio,
Yeah,
that Zoidberg looking dude.
yeah. Meanwhile, Pete visits Horty. He says, "So I see you got two of the one of the key bears, and you're gonna execute them." And the key, and the well, if it ain't the, then he says, "Oh, it's the boy Keg." He gloats at him. Pete, you were never. You used to be. Why? You used to be good. You used to be captain of this. You used to be
Having a
captain.
steamboat.
Yeah, I was of Disney Town. What made? How did you get so evil? We never. Well, I'll never tell. Then he, then he, then he, then he gloats with his butt. The PJ will be ashamed of you, says Goofy.
Huh? Goof, what are you doing here?
Yep, it was Goofy showing up to rescue.
I feel
With
Goofy and Cloud would go.
yeah, that'd be quite a team up, a funny team up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But somehow it works,
Mm-hmm.
and then they knock out Goofy and rescue them, and then
You knock
reunite with
out
Nam.
Goofy.
What?
They knocked Goofy out.
No, I mean then knock Pete out.
Again.
Then he asks, "So who's PJ? Whose son? His son is best friends with my son. Wait, you have a
You have a
son?"
son? Yeah, I do. Max.
Then he shows a picture of it. Then we see Max being embarrassed.
Is it
Well,
Teen Max or Kid Max?
Teen Max.
Okay, so Goofy, an extreme Goofy movie Max then.
Yeah, Goofy movie Max. He was dating Roxanne. The Kingdom Hearts universe, he and Roxanne never broke up.
Good.
That you should hear about the adventure when he was like 15, but that's a story for another day.
You mean where he pretty much betrayed his father in that one scene?
Yeah.
Because the look on Goofy's face is like, oh, you screwed up.
Yeah.
Because he looked genuinely hurt.
He did.
And when you make Goofy feel like that, you know you screwed up.
Yeah. So after that rescue, what happened next?
I'm guessing we cut over to Shirahoshi at the plaza with Jinbei.
Yeah, and Sora.
Now, Sora would be in Megalo's mouth with Luffy.
Yeah.
Or Hori reveals he's the one that killed the. Or first, we get the three princes getting defeated by Hori's crew.
Yeah.
They're strung up, and then he reveals he's the one that killed the queen.
And then when Sora heard that, of course that was him.
I mean, look at him!
And everyone was shocked and said, "Really? Are all you that stupid? Look at him. He has a 'I'm the villain' look." I mean,
Yeah.
Jafar was more subtle.
Yeah. So if Sora is outside Megalo, should he take on Hori
Yeah, and
just until like Luffy busts out of Megalo?
yeah, and everyone knew Luffy would screw up the plan, so they,
At least Sora can listen.
yeah,
Would Sora just like do it to buy time and not take it seriously?
yeah, and 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 it became a big, and everyone revealed themselves, and it became a big battle,
Yeah.
and Robin releases the royal family,
Mm-hmm.
and Nami, everyone is shocked to see Nami being a capable fighter with her Keyblade.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyrie is the only one that wasn't shocked. In fact, she said, I'm proud of you."
Because Luffy hits Hori into like the rocks.
Yeah,
Should both Sora and Luffy's flare their Conqueror's hockey, knocking all those guys out?
yeah. And Sora says the Keyblade has Conqueror's Hockey. How is that possible? And
Like, whoa,
Cloud
Sora, how did you?
and Sora says Cloud's training.
But Rayleigh's training too with the hockey.
Mm. We see flashback of Sora training with Cloud, and he saying in order to get stronger, you need to use Conqueror's Hockey with the Keyblade. And Sora keeps on trying, but he fails, but he never gives up.
I don't think the Keyblade itself would have it. I think it's more Sora that's got it.
Yeah. And then Sora turns the Keyblade into Conqueror's Hockey and uses it to knock off their enemies. And Cloud said, "Good." And Cloud said, battles one Fishman. Which one would it be?
I don't know. Maybe it's a new one that's a different that we didn't see.
Yeah, and he has a sword like Cloud.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Really? Where'd you get that?
Sephiroth copied him. You know Sephiroth? He's one of the emperors.
And he doesn't mean you're any good with a sword like I am.
Yeah, and to prove his point, Cloud kicked his ass.
Without even trying?
Yeah. And then Hori unleashes Saraumi.
What? No. Tsurume?
Tsurume.
But then Luffy and Sora get him on his side.
Yeah.
We'll find him and save him. In the meanwhile, Vanderdecken's riding the Noah to where they are.
Yeah, and then he asks, I believe this part where he asks, "Why won't you marry me?" And Shirahoshi says, "Because you're not my type." And Kairi, of all people, says, "Really? That's why she doesn't like him?
Yeah.
Not the fact that he's
creepy.
Like, yes."
I'm guessing Riku fights another fishman that's maybe like an eel.
Yeah.
Kairi and Nami would team up against one of them, but I think Brooke still takes out Zio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke, Chopper, Usopp, and Frankie still take out their fishman enemies.
Yeah.
Maybe Riku and Kairi fight that orca fishman we're adding.
Yeah, I would love to see a Kairi Riku team up.
Yeah. Because all of Hori's guys are like amped up on the pills.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kairi and Riku would be a good team up.
Yeah, it would.
I think they have their own. They finished it with their own limit break.
Yeah, I wish it would be kind of a brother sister thing, like Sora and Kairi have the love thing. And
like, so, Kairi, I hear you and Sora are getting married.
I am. We're having it. We're having it sometime. We're having it sometime in a few months. We're getting married before we find the One Piece because we don't know how if we will die or not. So we're gonna get married before we could.
And they're getting married in Dressrosa, so
yeah. It's Kai said she bought the wedding dress.
You know, Zoro's fighting that one guy, the one octopus guy.
Yeah.
I feel like Frankie turned the one squid dude into dried squid.
Yeah. And Sora said,
"You're turning me into dried squid."
Yeah. and then Sora summons, and Riku. Riku gets his summon. I forgot what was her name again?
Shiva.
And Shiva freezes almost every heartless and evil fishman.
Cloud would probably know Shiva since you can get that in 7.
Yeah. And
But then Watatsume shows up.
yeah,
Well,
if
you see,
what
Piggy
if
was
Sanji,
already there.
yeah, what if
There,
Sanji saw? I'm
Sanji
sorry to
and
interrupt.
Jinbe was fighting him.
What if he saw Shiva?
It's typical Sanji.
Yeah, he'd be distracted, and then Shiva disappears and says, "Oh!"
I'll come back.
And Riku says, "Oh, get over yourself and help us fight."
Getting then Riku joins in helping Sanji fight Watatsume. Like, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
and then when
I'm
San,
holding in the air. I'm a puffer fish.
then when Riku heard his voice, he goes,
Wait
"We
till
gotta
Pika.
wait till you get the
Just wait till
Dressrosa,
Pika.
buddy."
Yeah, then you're really gonna be dying of laughter. So
Yeah.
in the future one, should we have Zoro and Riku team up to fight the enemy Zoro fights?
Yes.
Like Zoro and Riku fight Monet and then Pika and then King.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Horde. I think Horde.
Should Horty
Decan.
be like using more dark powers with the pills?
Yeah, and he turns into a heartless like creature. He turns into a giant. It's gonna be like a Kingdom Hearts boss battle with Sora and Luffy.
Well, that wouldn't like finish him off since we still need him to fight on the Noah.
Yeah. And Luffy tries to protect Shirahoshi with their three brothers against. And so Sora fights Horde.
There's also we get where Shirahoshi's like fleeing to get the Noah to not crush everybody.
Yeah. Sora's if only I I the Black Pearl. Then Sora has an idea. Then he brings out something. It's got to be here somewhere. Then he has a ship, and it's the ship he summons the ship, and then it's the Black Pearl. He's borrowing the Black Pearl. How's he doing it?
Drake is not gonna like this.
Yep. He asked G to let him borrow the Black Pearl while Jack is missing, and to put it back to Jack's world once he's done with it.
So
And
why does he summon the Black Pearl again?
to block the Noah.
I mean, as long as Shirahoshi's moving away from it, it's not gonna go anywhere.
True. Then he said, "Oh, no good." Then he put the Black Pearl back where he found it. Then he asked the genie to put the Black Pearl where they found it.
Like, Genie, can't you keep the Noah from crashing?
Survey says. Then genie, then genie turns it to a like the sea captain. Yarg.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Imagine Robin Williams doing that.
Because then we get the water fight between Fukaboshi and Horty.
Yeah. And it plays out like the anime did.
Because then Horty would be on the Noah and took Vanderdecken out, which would cause the Noah to actually start falling.
Yeah.
That's where Genie would try and hold it up.
Yeah. And I believe this is when Luffy goes three gear.
Yeah, it's where he starts doing that and then fights Hordy off with Sora.
Yeah, and they did a final limit attack to finish him
Did
off.
Sora go into like final form?
Yeah.
Because that's got a pretty cool finisher.
Uh-huh. And
How long should Horty's health bar be? Like 8 bars?
yeah.
Do you think that bars was a better, like the green dots at the bottom was a better way than just the colors overlapping?
I think so. Don't you?
Yeah. Because I felt it was weird with the colors.
Yeah. The strongest was the purple ones.
I know there's a one invisible bar they have after purple.
Yeah. Anyway, after the finishing move, we we had that flashback where yes, what did the humans do? Then Sora asked, "What did the humans do to you to cause you to be so evil?" And he said,
Nothing.
"Nothing." And Sora's like, "What? Nothing, Keebler." Then he faints.
Now the bigger problem is stopping the Noah.
Genie, can you stop the Noah? And he keeps on trying but failing.
Then Shirodi calls the Sea Kings and they help before
Yeah,
Luffy winds up killing himself.
yeah. When Luffy's starting to lose blood.
And Sora's too weakened.
Yeah.
So after they
And
put it back in the forest, they say Luffy needs a blood transfusion, but nobody will help.
except for one, Jinbei.
Jinbei.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I'm
when
a
Jinbei.
pirate. What of it?
What?
I love when Jinbei says, I'm a pirate. What of it?
I love that one.
And Luffy asks Jinbei to join his crew.
And Jinbei says, "Not yet."
I have obligations I must fulfill, but afterwards I would gladly join.
Ace, Ace would have wanted.
And what about you, Riku? Are you going to join our crew?
What do you think, Sora? Then he gives Sora a noogie.
Someone's
And
got to make sure you stay out of trouble.
yeah, and then Robin says, "Him and Luffy." Actually, Zora will be the one that says him and Luffy because
There's more on Sora.
hey, that's Donald joke. Then Donald was the one that joked said Sora's Luffy makes Sora look sane when it comes to reckless. Looks careful when it comes to recklessness. Hey, Luffy's worse than me, Donald. Oh please, you still crash into. You still crash into. To
Thanks to the gummy ship.
yeah, Donald. That was one time, and it was your fault. What do you mean by that? Ah, nothing, Your Majesty. It's not important.
Donald?
Yeah, I told him. I told him to not go to Tarzan's world because I didn't think you would be there. But
But he insisted his friends were down there.
yeah, so we had an argument, and then Mickey said, Donald, you know I would have wanted you to help her find Riku and Kairi.
Sorry, Your Majesty.
You're. Then he said, "You're lucky you're my friend, Donald. You always make mistakes, but you'll always be my friend. You're my friend first and my captain second." I can see Mickey saying that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they have a sub. Then after that, I believe after
A
Luffy.
party.
Yep. And Genie was the MC of the party. He first he does,
Welcome to the Celebrate Throwhead's party.
and then first we're gonna tell some jokes. Here he is, our own, the only George Carlin.
Is Genie basically being Carlin?
Yeah. And he said, "Let me tell you something about the Marines. They are so corrupt. They make the pirate. They make
the pirates look good.
What?
They made the pirates look good. Like, shouldn't this be the other way around?
Yeah.
Someone's losing fucking ground here.
Yeah, I mean, they make pirates look like proper gents. And Kaido, he's a bigger hypocrite than Lord Rod.
You're another politician.
Yeah. And everyone's laughing at George Carlin jokes.
And I'm pretty sure most of what he'd say there is pretty much true.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if Robin
and what about that former fleet of Sengoku? You put a complete crazy guy as your fleet admiral. What are you, fucking stupid?
Would he also make fun of Garp?
I think he'd be tame on Garp.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you, Garp, not taking it from those seedy wimps.
Yeah. The genie's funny. Where did you find him, Sora? And Sora says, "Oh, it's a long story." Then he said, "Hey, Genie, I have a question. What's the line in Jasmine's wedding?"
Oh, should they already have had it, or is he going through King of Thieves right now?
How about they already had it. They also met Lyle's dad. Wait, Aladdin found his father? That's great. Sure, they got off a rocky start, but in the end, they made up. And is Iago still a greedy parrot?
Yeah, yeah. I hope Kasim get captured. That one during their visit.
Yep. And Genie, have you seen the One Piece?
No, not really. I've heard all genies know about it, but I've never really seen it.
The Genie broke the fourth wall and said, "You see, I know about the manga and the anime." And sort of like, what? Then he looks at us and says, "Sorry, folks. This is Naruto. This is Naruto in One Piece."
Then we'd probably have the actual Naruto step into it and like, what was that? At least our Naruto One Piece version of him would do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, during the party, Robin looks by herself and she talks to Neptune and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm already married." She thought he was hitting.
Yeah.
She thought,
Now, I wanted to ask you about the Poneglyph and Joy Boy.
and Walt Disney. What do you know about him?
Not really much.
And then he said, "I see."
They don't realize Caribou's overhearing about Shirahoshi being Poseidon.
Yeah. And then Meanwhile, Mickey was hanging out, and then he asks for a drink. Then he says, "So, then he says, I see what you do there. Good for you." And they ask, "Can I ask you a teeny question?" Sure. Can I buy you? It's, hey, who are you anyway? Oh, I'm Bob Iger.
Sorry, I'm not for sale.
Well, come on, I have like $1 million. I bought Star Wars and Marvel.
Marvel and all of Fox Entertainment.
Sorry, wait, I know you. You used to work for you used to work for my master, Walt. Well, he would be ashamed if he calls out Bob Iger
Wait,
for what he's doing to his company.
yeah.
At least, even though Michael Eisner wasn't perfect, at least he knew how to run a company.
What happened to you in the years?
Yeah,
And you
I
used to
mean,
be good.
I'm still. He was saying like it would be like that Simpson episode where it's the, "What happened to you, man? You used to be cool," and Homer says, "I'm still cool."
You
Nah,
changed, man. You used to be cool.
that's what I would say to Naruto. Meanwhile, Nami finds out Caribou stole the royal treasure, and she kicks.
He sends Luffy, Sora, Zoro, and Sanji to get it.
Yeah, and Cloud says, "I better go with them because
I'll go. Riku goes instead.
yeah, Riku goes."
But what
And
they don't know is that Burn, Tamago, and Peckham's are there wanting Big Mom's candy.
yeah, and then I believe Sora and Luffy ate the candy.
Everybody ate it at the party,
Yeah, and
and Luffy picks a fight with Big Mom.
yeah, and Sora says, "I'm not scared of you, Big Mom. I took
I
care of
fought the devil before.
what you keep her. Ha! You nothing but a scrawny." Ha! She doesn't know about Sora's new appearance yet.
Laugh all you want.
But I can take you down. In fact, I took down Xehanort.
I
Xehanort's
took
a
down
punch.
Sephiroth twice.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't overestimate yourself, Big Mom. Xehanort would totally beat you.
yeah,
Especially if he's Zemnis.
yeah. And then they return to the party, and Luffy says he gave all the treasure to Peckham's and them. And Sora said, "Oh no, you're." And, and then he said, "Oh crap."
Uh,
Now he-
your girlfriend's not gonna like this, Luffy.
yeah, I know. Then Sora said, can we please leave so she won't kill me?"
And then they're ready to leave, and then they all say goodbye and make that promise with Shirahoshi.
Yeah, and they made a pinky promise.
Then we also get mentioned that what was in the tomate box that Luffy just gave away without knowing it.
Yeah, and
Set up for later.
yep.
I do like Oda setting things up like that.
Unlike some other mangaka who
Or like he sets it up, but it goes nowhere.
Kishimoto.
Yeah, we gotta wait a couple hundred episodes, but we still get a payoff with it.
Yeah, it comes back to Oda. That's why he's more superior than Kishimoto.
Mm-hmm.
Speak of Oda, Sora decide to take a break, and he says, so I see that you he and Luffy meet two people, and for some reason he felt that he feels like he's talking to God because it's Tetsuya Nomura and Oda himself. He said, "You know what? You did our work proud, kid." Wait, what? You're you're begging, you're inspiring a bunch of people to never give up on their dreams, no matter what. That's why we wrote the story. Who are you? Let's just say we're your god.
We're very avid fans of yours and Luffy's.
Yeah. And then they leave, and Sora and Luffy look at each other confused. Say, what?
That was weird.
Yeah,
Like, sort of like, I've seen weirder.
yeah. And Kyrie says, "Hey, Sora, let's dance. I love this song." And so it was actually Sora and Kyrie will have a romantic moment by themselves. They leave the party,
I
and
mean, they're at the party, and guess they haven't left yet.
I mean, they stay away. They go somewhere else for a while by themselves, and then Sora Sora says, "I have a surprise for you." Then, then he says, then he shows them a lantern and lights it, and then he shows another. Then
We're doing the tangled thing.
yes, he summons lanterns and raises them up, and Kyrie sees all the lanterns flying, and she felt amazing. And she covered her mouth and said, "Sora." And Sora says, "I did it because I wanted to show you. I've always wanted to show you this ever since I was in Rapunzel's
Since I
world."
was in the Kingdom of Corona.
And Kyrie said, "Corona." For some reason, that feels dirty. I don't know why.
Funny. Because I think I got the reference.
Yeah. I want this one Kingdom Hearts video where they said the Kingdom of Gaga. Of course, it was after the
The
virus.
unspecified virus of unknown origin.
Yeah. The less we talk about it, the better.
That's how the drinker puts it.
Yep. And then and, and they and after the party, they decided they all left, and after Kyrie and Nami took a bath together, and of course Sanji broke leaves, but Riku electrocutes both of them.
Have some decency, you two.
Because they said, "Oh, that's not fair. You got all the leaves." We flash back to with Sanji looking at beautiful women. It's oh, hey, ladies. Then they look at her. Oh, you look so cute. Then they push Sanji out of the way, and the ladies fawn over
That's
Riku.
not fair, damn it.
And Riku says, "I'm sorry. There, I'm sorry, ladies, but there's only one girl." Oh, and whoever she is, I bet she's. And we don't know who it is, but Shion. Sorry, I know
So
people.
we're actually going with that one for this.
Yeah, I'm shipping. Part of me ships him with Shion for some reason,
I guess Roxas and Namine are together in this then.
yeah, because I buy them more than I do him with Shion. Because I think
Again,
Shion.
you're really just getting two different versions of Kyrie with either of them.
Yes.
One's a clone, one's their actual other half.
Right.
Shion, the Ben Riley of Kyrie.
That's one.
Only less confusing.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know who's more confusing, the Clone Saga or Shion.
I don't get it. I don't know either. Then, then something happened. It was um, Luffy wanted to catch a big fish. Well, Zoro and Usopp discuss how they like it cooked. But then like, Luffy catches the fish, then a larger one swallows, and then they
There's
get through
always
a
a
worm.
bigger fish.
Yep, and then suddenly they get through a wormhole. It's hopefully we won't. Hopefully, we're gonna.
And they see a bunch of whales, and then Bruce sing, Laboon!
And Sora says, "I don't think that's Laboon."
With Brooks starting to play his violin.
Yep, you can sing, "Gather up aboard the crew. It's time, ship's crew."
Good song, but it's kind of overplayed, I feel.
Yeah. In fact, Sora will sing. That's a good song, Brooke. But I know a good song that'll fit us. That'll fit this. But I think what would be a good Disney song?
Or Sora will have his voice redubbed by somebody else.
Yeah,
Maybe he turns into Jesse McCartney.
yeah.
Since
I'm
he can
thinking,
sing better than Haley can, honestly.
yeah, yeah. What would be a good song for him to sing?
Hmm.
It has to be a Disney one, and has something to do with the adventure.
I don't know.
How about she's tough. Anyway, he sings, and everyone was amazed by his sing. And Soros and Donald said, "Wait, I'm confused about this. In Atlanta, in Atlanta, I was a better singer than him."
No, you weren't.
So how can he sing better now? Is it because he's on land?
I think Rocks just kind of helped with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's just chalk it up to the Rocks as living in some better singing talents.
Yeah. I did. No, I don't think a Circle of Life would fit this part.
No, it wouldn't.
And next is Punk Hazard. I let me tell you something. I can't wait till we get to Punk Hazard. Will we do it next week? Probably not. I'm thinking about leaning towards doing Jumanji, doing the 30th
Ooh,
doing the 30th anniversary of it.
cool.
Of course, with Naruto, because I want to do something with Naruto since we've done Kingdom Hearts the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Or Naruto is Alan and Sakura is Sarah.
Yep. And who's Judy and Peter? Did we
I think we
say?
said Luffy and Robin.
Yeah.
Here we'll make them brother and sister.
Yeah. And younger.
Yes. Or rather, make Robin a little younger to match Judy's age.
Yeah.
And Minato is going to be Van Pelt.
Yeah.
I should probably rewatch Jumanji this week then.
Yeah, me too. It's one of Robin Williams' greatest acting performances.
I say it's one of his more underrated movies.
Yeah. In terms of performance, his acting was pretty good.
Yeah, he was like the main draw of it.
Yeah. Bonnie Hunt was good too, but Robin was.
Those two were at least good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Don't ever call me crazy, Alan. Ever.
And the bully that could be Sasuke. Sasuke.
Right. Who's gonna be Carl?
Luke?
Okay. Oh, Chief.
Yeah. I can see him. Oh man, I miss working for. Even though he fired me, I miss working for Minato. At least I didn't work for an idiot like Wiggum.
You actually am Sergeant Chief.
I still wonder how he got to be chief.
I don't know. Because Lou seems like a better cop than William is.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing Rocky next year due to it be the 40th anniversary.
Okay.
But then again, I may change my mind on that. We don't
All right.
do since Jumanji's won't be until anniversary won't be until December. But still,
I think we could do it earlier than that.
yes, I want to do Jumanji next week.
All right. So it's Rocky IV's 40th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
That is the greatest training montage ever.
Yep. Although my only disappointment, it doesn't have Gonna Fly now.
I think Hearts on Fire is a better substitute.
Yeah.
Given the tone of the movie, Hearts on Fire just works a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, seeing a bearded Naruto training.
Yeah.
Should he keep the beard this time?
Yes. Because we like Naruto having a beard. But we're going to have him shave in Jumanji.
I know, because I liked Stallone better when he had it during the training montage, but I was sad when he got rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you think of
we're not going to kill Apollo.
No.
We're going to go more with that fan script idea.
Yeah. What did you think Robin with the beard in Jumanji?
It worked, but I feel like that one he could get rid of that and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I like his beard of Goodwill Hunting better. Now that's the only movie where he won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And
should have got one for Aladdin.
What?
He should have got one for Aladdin.
And Disney was lobbying him to be nominated, but the Academy won't nominate voice acting.
Boo!
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking other performances deserve a lot. Like Eddie Murphy deserved it for Shrek. I'm thinking what else was a good. Who else had the great?
Antonio Banderas should have got one for Last Wish.
Who?
Antonio Banderas for Last Wish.
Yeah. And Tim Allen for the first Toy Story.
Yes. Woody and Buzz are just great together.
Yeah, but who is the lead? Tom Hanks or Tim Allen?
I say both.
Yeah. They both deserve Oscars for that movie. They knew they were going to get Tom Hanks, but like I said before, Billy Crystal was the first choice to play Buzz, but he turned it down, and
I don't see it working with Crystal.
Yeah, I agree. And Billy Crystal says that's the biggest mistake I ever made in my life.
I
Was
don't
it?
think he can really hit like the serious moments good with Buzz towards the end.
Yeah, and I don't think he would do the Mrs. Nesbitt part as good as
I am
Alan.
Mrs. Nesbit. Snap out of it, Buzz.
yeah,
I just love his little breakdown there.
yeah.
I can't even fly out the window.
I can't believe that movie is 30 years old.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
would.
watch that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch it. Too. Of course, I watched it last year, but who's to say I can't watch it again?
No, no one's saying that. So I should probably watch Pocahontas first 30th.
Yeah, I
Just because
not. I don't.
I've never seen it, so
I doubt it holds up to me.
I'm just gonna watch it just to get it out of the way
Yeah,
because I've never seen the whole thing.
yeah. I don't remember if it's good or not.
I just know that Cogsworth voices the villain and that Christian Bale's in it.
Yeah, and Mel Gibson back when he was
Mel
sane.
Gibson in a Disney movie?
Yeah,
Wait,
back
that
when
was
he
the
was.
same year he was in Braveheart.
Yeah, it was back when he was sane. And what else was the 30? Judge Dredd was the 30. Also had the 30th anniversary.
Ah,
Wait, that's a bad movie. Never mind. Of course, we celebrated Goofy movie.
so it's more. I think it's more memorable because of Rico and his
Yeah.
actors overacting.
What about Ed
You
Stallone?
I bet he was having a ball doing that role.
Who, Rico?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Stallone looked like he did not have a good time in that movie.
At least Demolition Man was better.
Yeah. Although I did like,
The Lord.
hey, yeah, I do love it when he says, "I knew you'd say that." I wonder if that was a catchphrase in the comics.
I've never read Judge Dredd comics.
Neither have I.
There's a guy you could put in Mortal Kombat, Judge Dredd.
It'd be funnier if it was the Stallone version.
I mean, they got Weller back for RoboCop and a Schwarzenegger look-alike for Terminator. So,
And he
I
did
mean, even
play.
they even put Rambo in there. So why not Judge Dredd?
Yeah. What about? I know they put Joker. How about they put Batman?
Maybe, but do you really see Batman like decapitating people?
No. He's too. He doesn't. He's not a killer. So never mind.
Severely injuring people he's fine with.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what was my least favorite fatality? The baby one.
I can never do any of those.
I think my cousin was good at them.
Because they give you so little time to actually put the buttons in.
Yeah.
Or what Naruto turning into Scorpion and Wano
Yeah.
from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I might do that. I might do that. We might do that. He even has a scorpion.
Maybe his name there. Maybe there he goes by Hanzo Hazashi.
Yeah, and then he says,
Is
"Get
that
over
Scorpion's
here!"
is that Scorpion's real name?
Yeah. I think they're making a sequel to Mortal Kombat. The movie,
Which one?
the 2021 movie,
Oh, okay.
not Annihilation.
No, that was like dead and buried for like almost 30 years. So I watched it. I'm like, what the hell am I even watching?
Yeah. You know, it said that Howard the Duck had better special effects.
Also, changing rating actors between movies.
And Sonya Blade and
Everybody
like,
but Liu Kang and Katana.
yeah. I heard Christopher Lambert loved working in the first movie, but he must have read the script and said, "What the hell is this?"
Never give up hope. Raiden loses powers. What is this?
And then Johnny Cage's actor said, "Johnny Cage dies. Screw that. I'm out."
Yeah, Lyndon Ashby would probably say that.
Yeah, and Sonya Blade, the actress, she was in Billy Madison. Fun fact. And in that movie, Billy was arguing with the kid, was saying, he said, Mortal Kombat Sega Genesis is the best video game ever. And Billy said, I disagree.
I think Donkey Kong is better.
Yeah, Donkey Kong
You know what?
sucked.
You suck.
I love that scene. Because if it was modern time, it'd be Minecraft.
Now it'd be Minecraft versus Fortnite.
And Billy said, I disagree. It's a very good game, but I think Grand Theft Auto was the best game ever. Or would it be
I think it'd probably be Minecraft and Fortnite right now.
No, but it has to be someone when Billy was a kid, since Donkey Kong was his game when he was a kid.
GTA didn't come out till like the late 90s.
Okay, how about GoldenEye?
Okay.
He said GoldenEye is the best game ever. GoldenEye sucks. You know something? You suck.
I think, when was Billy Madison? 93?
95.
So it's like 2 years after GoldenEye came out.
Yeah, I was making if it was made now.
Oh, right.
I don't know if I'm going to watch Happy Gilmore 2.
I'd rather not, because I don't see the need for a sequel.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Have to buy his grandma's house back again?
Yeah. That sounds original.
Right, do the same thing you did in the first movie.
Yeah, that's why most sequels fail. You repeat the plot of the first movie. And
Or
pointing
you
it out,
just soft reboot it.
yeah, and pointing them out the same doesn't make it better or funnier. At least Austin Powers sequels were expanded the story a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in a movie when I saw the second Austin Powers movie.
Yeah.
When they all commented on Dr. Evil's ship.
Yeah.
It's a giant.
It's a giant. Oh.
Pecker. It's not a woodpecker.
You know, Mike Myers was going to be Dr. Evil, but he turned it down to play in live. Not Mike Myers, Jim Carrey.
Okay. I feel Myers does it way better. Is actually funnier as Dr. Evil.
Yeah. Jim Carrey would have been a good Dr.
I think
Evil.
Carrey would have been like a lot more over the top than he'd need to be.
Yeah. I don't think anyone had a better year than he did, like from 1994 when he had Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura all in 1 year.
Smoking.
Or I'm just glad he didn't say snazzy in the original.
It's funny they took that movie and didn't even follow anything from the comics with the mask.
And yet they made it good.
Because the Mask comics looks really intense.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason they did it, because they already have a Freddy Krueger, according to the Nostalgia Critic. And I don't think Jim Carrey's mask would have fit that the comics mask. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
And then they made this shitty sequel that has nothing to do with the mask at all.
Nope. And somehow waste Alan Cumming and Bob Hopkins.
Yeah. It had a lead that was so terrible that he made that he made Pauly Shore look like a funny, like a likable comedian in comparison.
And having the most nightmarish visuals ever.
Yeah, Jamie Kennedy was not a leading man.
I know the critic brought up the Schwarzenegger baby again.
Yeah. That's a movie
Put those two together.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie either. Junior, I believe.
Junior.
And thank God I've never seen, because it would have been a boring movie to watch. Boring.
I'm so bored. So very, very bored.
I missed. I watched him review Spy Kids the other day. I told you I saw that movie on my for my birthday party. And you know, it's a better movie than the movie I saw 2 years ago. 2 years before that. It was Baby Geniuses.
Oh God.
And I apologize to I didn't apologize to my friends that we saw that movie, but I should have. At least Spy Kids had good action and memorable characters.
Yeah.
Not to
Well, how do you restrain Danny Trejo is what I want to know.
Yeah.
I think it's a Rodriguez movie, so you're going to get his regulars. That being Banderas, Trejo, and Cheech Marin.
And George Clooney.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him at first till he took off his
took off the bar over his eyes.
Yeah, the sensor bar, which was I don't get it. And Spy Kids 3 was weird.
Then his other regular was like Selma Hayek too.
Yeah,
but she didn't show up to like this third movie.
Yeah. And Mike Judge was the villain in the second movie. Like, really? The creator of Beavis Butthead?
And it had Haley Joel Osment's sister in it, too.
Yeah. I always said this about Haley Joel Osment's sister. If they ever make Sora have a sister in the series, she should voice the sister.
I was unaware he even had a sister until I saw it on her on Hannah Montana and says Osment, like, oh.
Yeah,
I mentioned that Disney 411 thing on Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, and during that, I was like, "What does Hannah Montana have to do with Kingdom Hearts?" I know Emily Osment is Haley's sister, but could you talk more about
talk more about Kingdom Hearts 2? Damn it!
I also remember the other Disney Channel commercial where that kid wanted to know secrets about Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah, he snuck in and got data on Chain of Memories.
Yeah. Then he asked, tell me about cheat codes. That's not that kind of game.
There's no cheat codes in Kingdom Hearts.
And I'm glad there is, because I want to earn my way in through Kingdom Hearts.
Because I'm going to do this legitly.
What would you do if you were...
codes just disabled trophies anyway, so...
Yeah.
Depending on the game.
Yeah. What would you do if you ever met Tetsuya tomorrow? What would you ask him?
I'm not sure.
I would ask. Would I would ask him? What can you tell us? What is Kingdom Hearts? I mean, what it is? Is it heaven?
Will we ever go there?
Yeah. He'll probably say, "I'll never tell."
You know, I like to ask Hayden, like, why? How come he didn't come back for KH3?
She said that they didn't ask her.
I feel like she's the superior Kyrie, honestly.
Yeah, she is.
Yes, Allison just lacks the emotion with Kyrie.
She does better with Shim.
Because at least when they recast Nominee, it still worked better.
Yeah, but I think Megan was a better nominee than Brittany Stone. That's just my opinion.
I like both of them enough.
Yeah.
Then again, Nominee's not engaged too enough to get to know her.
Right. When I saw KH2, I said, "Who is that?" Because
It looks like a blonde Kyrie.
yeah.
Because I don't think either of us played Chain of Memories before, too, so we were lost.
Yeah, we did. I didn't. I know I didn't.
I didn't either. Because I'm like, watching the open, like, who the hell is this pink-haired guy with a scythe?
Yeah. And why is Ansem back?
And why is there only, 7 members of the organization instead of 13?
Yeah. What was your reaction when you found out when Zayn who Ansem really is?
Like, huh?
I was like, I bet if it not Shyamalan, so he was like, he would be confused.
Like, no.
Although I think the Xehanort twist was
It was interesting at first, but I'm like, huh?
yeah. I mean, a villain taking over his master and pretending to be ruler. That sounds original.
Actually, I was more surprised. I was like more like on the whole nobody thing.
Yeah, when Mickey says that
I think my reaction was Soros, who like, I went through all that for nothing.
Yeah. And I did like the real Ant, and I did like the real Ansem.
Yeah.
Ansem. He's a man
That
who
and
made
Christopher Lee helping with the voice that made it better.
Yeah, I think he's the most heroic character he's ever played in his career.
Yeah.
As if you don't count Charlie the Chocolate Factory, where
That's not really even a villain or hero he is.
Yeah. I did not like that movie.
I didn't either.
I know it's not. I know it's closer to the book, but it's not a good. That doesn't always mean anything. I mean,
if Jaws can stray away from so far from the source material and still be good, not every movie can be like that.
Right. I mean,
because Jaws, the movie, is superior to the book.
Yeah, in Jaws, Richard Dreyfuss is a character is an unlikable prick. He had an affair with Brody's wife.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen because it was not necessary.
Spielberg thought it would it wouldn't work if they were like the book because of the camaraderie.
Yeah. I'm glad they made the characters more likable in the movie. That's what he did in Jurassic Park. He made John Hammond more likable.
That's why Spielberg's awesome.
For the most part.
He has his shortcomings.
Yeah. I heard he was a gamer too. He loved video games.
I mean, like, early, like, maybe like pre-2010, Spielberg was great.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I don't really know about him.
His his greatest movie is probably Jurassic Park. Or
Yeah.
Jaws. Like I said earlier before, I'm in 945 of One Piece.
Mm,
You're 917, right?
yeah.
Do you skip the intro or do you watch it?
If it's new, I'll watch it, but if it's old, I'll just skip it.
The only ones I won't skip is We Are and Bon Voyage. Those are the only
Yeah,
two ones.
I won't skip Fight Together.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I like Fight Together.
I also like We Go, the Fishman Island intro. What about Naruto's intro? Which one's your favorite?
Oh God, I don't even know.
Neither do I. The ones I remember one is the Cartoon Network one.
The Rise one.
Yeah.
Before they actually started doing the actual ones.
Yeah. Of course, the most memorable anime opening is probably the Pokemon one.
Yeah, or the the Dragon Ball Z American one.
Yeah.
The Rock the Dragon.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Z someday. Maybe this summer I will.
I'd say start with Dragon Ball because a lot of it carries over into Z,
Okay.
especially with the whole Piccolo thing.
Yeah. Dragon Ball is more than just fights, right?
Somewhat.
Okay. Just checking. I mean, what One Piece is more than just fights. It's about friendship and adventure.
Yeah, the amount of times Goku's had to go try and find the Dragon Ball in the OG Dragon Ball alone is a couple times.
Yeah. And don't worry, I won't watch Dragon Ball Kai, I believe. The one that's long.
Now Kai is the one that like cuts out all the filler, so I'd probably watch that one of Z.
Oh, okay.
Now you're thinking of GT.
Yes, GT. The one that everybody, including Toriyama, hates.
Yeah, Kai cuts out all the bloat from the original broadcast.
Wow. Oh. I think
If only there was a Naruto Kai.
What if it contradicts the war arc and make it good? Would you watch it?
Maybe.
And what if Sasuke dies?
That'd be awesome.
If Sasuke dies, we feel nothing for him.
I feel nothing.
Yeah. The only one who would cry are his fanboys and fangirls. But
Boo! Small violin.
Me and you, we'll just pour drinks together.
Yep.
And if it was another favorite podcast we did, the good version of Naruto, the last.
Yeah. Where there was an actual story.
Yeah, because we did more than just pair up Naruto and Sakura together. We find out Naruto's heritage, which is what should have been in the first place.
Yep. Like, does he even know anything about his own clans?
I don't know. I stopped caring a long time ago.
This shows how poorly Kishi's writing is.
Yes.
Like, do you really not care about your own main character? Seriously?
Like, Sasuke. It's Sasuke this, Sasuke that, Sasuke, Sasuke, Sasuke.
What I always say, like, is this really Naruto's story?
Why is it called Naruto if he's not the main focus?
It's the Sasuke and Hinata show featuring Naruto and friends.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Another good one we did was rewrite a part 2 of Naruto.
Yeah.
Do you want to rewrite Naruto in general someday? The whole series?
Maybe.
I also want to do a Kingdom Hearts one where Sora goes to the Hidden Leaf, or Kahuna.
Okay.
It takes place during the Chunin exams, and rather than it be Team Set, and Sora will be part of Team 7 rather than it Sasuke.
Maybe have Kakashi actually pull rank and dismiss Sasuke.
Yeah. It's of course we have Sora struggle to learn as a ninja, but with him and Naruto and Sakura's friendship, they work together.
Because what makes Sakura an actual good person this time? And
Yeah. Um. The, what if we also do in One Piece? What if One Piece goes to the Naruto universe as well?
that'd be interesting.
Imagine Sanji the hidden. That would be creepy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he probably just hit on Kurenai and Unko.
Yeah. What about
Maybe keep his
Tsunade?
mom.
What about Tsunade and
He
Shizumi?
would. In Chizune.
Yeah. And what about Luffy and Naruto gobbling ramen and meat?
Hmm. So Tsunade will like Nami for gambling thing.
Yeah. You know who I think was the master of gambling in anime? Ellie from Rave Master.
Yeah, she was good at that.
I was watching some Rave Master, the anime. It's good. It's decent.
I feel like it needs an overhaul and another chance
Yeah.
since it wasn't finished.
Yeah. They need to reboot it, but still have Yuri voice Haru and Michelle voice Ellie.
And Doug Airholes as Musica.
Yep. Should they have Tom Can he come back as what was his name?
Griff,
Griff. Yeah,
maybe.
maybe Rob Paulson will be better. No disrespect to Tom Kenny, but I like Rob Paulson better. I'm surprised Jim Cummings hasn't done anime.
So they get Crispin Freeman back for Seagrain
Yeah.
and Shura.
Can you imagine what would happen if they made a Kingdom Hearts anime?
I would not trust it.
Even if it's run by good good writers,
Depends on what studio has it.
like if it's if it's Toei.
Then I'm like, what about like when it's brought over here?
Yeah, maybe Nomura could be a part of the could make sure nothing happens.
Yeah, because if Netflix gets it, it's already dead.
Yeah, the reason Netflix One Piece is good because Oda is making sure they don't fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. At least as much as he'll let them do, because if you notice, there's a lot cut out or condensed in the first season.
Yeah,
Considering you're condensing 40 some episodes into 8 episodes
yeah,
and cutting complete some other characters and plot lines out too.
yeah,
Considering they relegated Don Creed to a cameo
yeah. I wonder what
and
they'll
had
do in
Mihawk kill him off.
yeah. I wonder what they'll do in season 2.
Yeah, how condensing are you going to do with Logtown to Drum Island?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what Chopper's going to look like.
I hope he looks like same. If I hope he looks like what they do to Stitch in live action. If they could do that
Yeah.
to Stitch, that's one thing I'll give him. That he looks like Stitch.
Yeah, he looks actually like Stitch, not an abomination.
Right? Am I gonna watch it? No.
Like early Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, remember that ugly Sonic design
Uh huh.
that they showed for the movie?
Right. When I saw the Sonic design, I say, "What the hell?"
See, sometimes fans can get changes done.
Yeah, there, there are right ways. That was the right way to complain. There are wrong ways to complain too.
Or with the 2012 Turtles reboot.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "No, you're not doing that, are you, Michael Bay?" Dwayne,
Having William Finchner as Shredder.
that would have been awesome.
So how are you going to explain that the seagull where he turned into a Japanese guy?
I don't know.
I mean, the guy in the seagull looked more like Shredder than the first one.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're ever going to make a sequel to that Batman Ninja Turtles movie.
They're making one next year. Oh, you mean the crossover?
Yeah.
I don't
Are they
know.
going to fight Bane?
Yeah, I haven't seen the animated one yet. Have you?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Who was Batman?
Having Troy Baker is Batman and Joker.
I don't know if that's awesome or weird having Batman
Yeah,
Joker.
having Batman Joker voiced by the same dude.
Yeah,
Hey, you save money just by having the same guy do it, and so
yeah,
it's not like he can't do it because he is good at it.
uh-huh. I know another problem when we did the 3 Star Wars movies. Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts. When we did the robot chicken jokes.
I wonder what Naruto would do if he met Yoda.
It depends which Naruto. Naruto?
Not sure.
It'd probably be a nice team up. He'd probably say, "You're a better teacher than
But
Kakashi Sensei."
he meets like Empire Yoda, where he looks like
Yeah,
he's half crazy.
yeah. Look at found someone you have. Hmm.
Where? What you were doing? Still such a great movie.
Yeah, gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow.
Mm.
You know, I might watch next week. Road to Ninja,
Mm.
the best Naruto movie.
Yep. Yeah, those last two don't. Those last two don't exist.
Yep, I've seen 2 One Piece movies so far. Strong World and Gold. Strong World was superior.
I might check out Gold.
Yeah. Have you seen Strong World any of the One
No,
Piece movies?
I've seen no One Piece movies, so I'm gonna order Red for my birthday
Sweet.
because I'm really interested in that one with Uta.
Yeah.
Mostly because I like Shanks a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of One Piece, I've ordered some new One Piece sleep pants.
Cool.
Yeah. I think. Who would you say is your favorite One Piece character?
Zoro.
Yeah, mine's probably a tie between Luffy and Nami and Robin. 3-way tie.
Zoro is just too cool and has like some of the best fights.
Yeah. What about Kingdom Hearts? Who's your favorite Kingdom Hearts character?
Roxas.
Mine's Sora.
I just like Roxas's story.
Yeah, me too. When I first played as him, I was like, "Come on, let's stop playing as him so we could get the sword." But then when he left, I felt sad.
Especially when he said, "Looks like my summer vacation's over."
Yeah, another fun one we did was the Kingdom Hearts Naruto ones.
Yeah.
Especially when we did the singing when they did singing songs, everyone was and Naruto and Sora were confused.
I just like those ones because we made Hinata evil.
Yeah, and Sasuke, of course. And we didn't have Sora have to do the stupid power of wanking.
I still think that was just like, okay, why does he need this?
I think it was a way to get
And they
Kingdom
just
Hearts.
told it. Then Ben just told him like, "You never lost." I'm like, what?
I think it was a way to set up Kingdom Hearts 4. The more I wanted to make a cliffhanger for Kingdom Hearts 4.
I just hate when stories do that. They just jerk you around.
Yeah, they should have made. I know they said it wasn't the last Kingdom Hearts game, but they should have made it feel like it.
Yeah, should have been the end game of the Dark Seeker saga.
Yeah, and Sora, and it ends with Sora and Kyrie thinking, "We do you think you'll ever retire with the Keyblade or something like that?" And he says, "To be honest, I don't know. But if people need me, I will fight for them, just like I fight for you."
I think they should have kissed as he was fading.
Yeah, it would have won. It would have been a better kiss than Ang Guitar, in my opinion.
Hmm.
What would you What would you thought if you saw Sora and Kyrie kiss?
I'd love it.
I would say, "Oh, my heart is pounding," and it'd be the opposite of the vomiting of
I'm vomiting.
of Narutina. And
That literally was my reaction watching that scene.
I bet.
I'm gagging and vomiting at the same time.
Yeah. Have you ever met someone else who hates that movie more than you do?
Outside you and First Evil,
Yeah.
not sure.
Have you ever been a person that say, "Oh, it's not that bad"?
I dismiss those.
Yeah. They'll say, "At least Naruto ended up with Hinata." So that's
How is
better.
that good?
I mean, no build up, no.
But it was meant to be. Yeah, where? Show me in the manga.
You know what I'd rather watch than that movie? The Land Before Time sequels.
Yeah. All 14 of them.
Yeah, I remember seeing 3 of them when I was a kid. I
I've
didn't.
only seen one. It was the fourth one.
Yeah, you know what? I love Don, but I was still surprised he was still alive one time.
Hmm.
Uh,
I was surprised he made a cameo in the critics' review of Dragon's Lair.
Would you say he's the most famous person that was on that show, on the critic?
Probably.
I know who. I know Dante Bosco was pretty famous.
I just love he got him to dress up as Zuko for that.
Yeah, and you know what the worst part about that is,
He turned into Jake Long at the end.
yeah, no, no, I mean he auditioned to play Zuko in the last Airbender movie. Look at him; he looked perfect to play Zuko. But then again, it was probably for the
Nowadays, he
best.
probably couldn't do that since it's not ethnically correct.
So what? It's called acting.
Yeah, it's called voice acting. It doesn't matter what you look like. But yet, when Christopher Judge can play Kratos, that's fine.
Yeah, and Phil Lamar can play Jack, Samurai Jack. That's
Yeah,
fine too.
Bill Maher's got like a lot of white characters he plays. No one complains about that.
People are dumb.
Mm-hmm. especially with that poo thing too.
I was thinking that.
Because like, what would change if you had an actual Indian person play a poo? Like, you're still gonna be comic relief doing the same thing.
Yeah, and Apu's not some dumb stereo. He's actually a complex character.
Yeah, he's had like several complex episodes to him.
Yeah, although he did jump the shark when he cheated on Manjula.
At least he made up for it.
Yeah,
You know what's funny is rewatching The Simpsons and that "They'll Never Stop the Simpsons" song.
yeah, that's a. They warned us. We just didn't listen.
Yep. And I think that was like 20 some years ago, season 13.
Yeah, I think that was aired on my birthday too.
I remember, is that the one where they roasted Homer?
Yeah,
Because I know that's the one time Kang and Kodo showed up outside a Halloween episode.
yeah. I love that they won't destroy the Earth because their favorite celebrities are there.
You ever notice that one of the, I think is it Kang? He sounds like Skinner.
Yeah,
I
and
know it's they're voiced by the same guy, but he's just doing a Skinner voice for him.
yeah, and I love that one episode where he said, "I am Kang. This is my sister Kodo's," and he still had a male voice.
Mo.
You know what I'm thinking? I was thinking of another. When we go back to Disney next year, we're doing the classic Disney movies.
Cool.
Yeah, like Naruto as Cinderella, for example.
Can he not be this and Hanabi be the evil stepsisters?
Yeah, so can Ino. And Shizune will be the fairy godmother.
I was
Or
thinking
should it
maybe
be?
Tsunade.
Yeah, and Shizune can be her assistant. Because I don't see Tsunade being evil. Do you?
Depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we made her evil and tangled.
Yeah, we did. And ironically enough, um we made her the last good Disney villain.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Gothel was the last truly evil villain.
Yeah.
How could he?
Yeah.
How could?
After that, it was all like the twists or misunderstood villains.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of those.
I mean, the only good one nowadays was Dela Cruz.
Yeah, and you know what's a sad sequel that could have been good? Mulan 2. I watched the critics' review of it. It's a Kingdom Hearts 2 revisit of Mulan was much better than this.
Yeah.
Because at least it had action and adventure. That's what
I still
Mulan.
remember Sean Yu as a better villain than most of the modern ones.
Yeah, he was still weak villain, but still better.
He had an intimidating design at least.
Yeah, I just wish his personality was better.
Yeah, I mean he's not really in the movie that much.
Yeah.
I feel like in the first Mulan review, it's like half these cats are in Japanese, Chinese. Oh, cancel Disney. Yeah, let me know how that one goes.
Yeah. Awesome. Who he said about Shanyu or
I think
Yao?
it was Mushu.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy made that movie. I'm sorry, but he was the
He's
main.
donkey light, as he put it.
Yeah. Dishonor you! Dishonor your cash cow!
Anybody, no more buds.
And if you ever watch Pocahontas, don't, don't get too disappointed about the villain. He was weak, Radcliffe.
Yeah, I've heard he's like really not the greatest.
And he's voiced by a really good actor, David Ogden
Yeah, he's
Stier.
Cogsworth
Yeah.
and Jumba.
Yeah. He was more famous for MASH, which I never watched. I didn't watch Nick at Night shows as much, except for the Brady Bunch and Full House, and a little bit of Full House. I did watch Full House, but rewatching again, I said, "Why did we like? Why did I like this show?"
It's not the worst.
It isn't, but it's still not funny.
Especially when you have a raunchy comedian having to hold back.
Yeah. What? You know it's you know you said it's raining there, right?
Yeah.
And
Is
yet we
it?
haven't.
I don't
What?
know if it's raining right now, but it's still like dreary out.
Yeah, and yet we had a successful podcast.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Shocking.
This God must be good to us today.
I'm just excited for October because we could finally do Halloween.
Yeah, I'm also excited for Christmas. We'll do Santa Claus. Naruto is Santa. It's Tim Allen Santa,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just do the first two, not number three, because I don't. Number three doesn't exist to me.
Well, we'll just go to a little epilogue years later where she's had Sheena.
Yeah, she'll always have Sheena, no matter what universe,
Mm-hmm.
including when she's Sakura and he's Naruto. We'll do a we'll do an. I'm thinking about doing a Naruto universe one where our with our Naruto teaming up with a bunch of Naruto's like No Way Home, including and Naruto is one of them.
Okay.
But who would be the villain?
Boruto.
Yes, or Boruto's dad, because
Either, really.
he wants to be the ultimate Naruto. But there's only one problem: the 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 Shinakachu universe, the ninja Shinakachu universe. Naruto's the strongest Naruto.
I can see the running gag as them seeing his hair and saying, "What did you do?"
Yeah, and Naruto says, "My husband has better hair."
Like, she wouldn't even have a hairstyle like that.
No,
Sorry, it's just not a good look.
Yeah. Something we might do a sequel to not the football or basketball podcast.
Okay.
In fact, we might do a baseball one too.
Who do
Depends
you
on which
play for?
the either the Red Sox or the Yankees.
Not the Yankees.
Then not the Yankees then. Or the Cincinnati Reds. Because that's my team.
Hmm. Oh, your team didn't change their name?
No.
Not
They,
yet, at least.
I don't know why. The They used to be called the Red Legs for some reason. Then they changed to the Red Stockings. Then they changed to the Reds. I don't get it. Maybe to shorten it, to shorten their name. It's stupid, but it makes more sense than the why the Cleveland changed their name.
Kansas City can keep their name.
Yeah, and Atlanta too.
I thought Atlanta. No, the Braves, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the Atlanta Braves. And you know what's funny? Their basketball team is called the Hawks. Their football team is called the Falcons. Yet their baseball team is not a bird.
Yeah. Only what, 3 months till preseason?
Yeah. We get to see the Cowboys go probably go with probably go mediocre again.
Yeah. Assuming Dak can get his act together.
Yeah, I I think we're more likely to see pigs fly than that. We see a pig fly. So, do you
Let's
think Dak
get
will?
ready to go out there and lose again.
So, do you think Dak will be a good NFL player? No, I do not. It's based off that when Mr. Burns saw that pig fly. I just love how one time Homer said tell Mr. Burns to cover him, and he did. And
Joe Burns doesn't even know how to run his own plant.
yeah.
I still love that part in Bart on the Road when Lisa ratted Bart out.
Yeah. And Homer was like,
He's just like yelling in the hazmat helmet.
yeah.
Yes, that's a real pickle. Will you excuse me for a second? Like, okay, I thought this through. I will send Bart the money to come home, then I will murder him.
I just love the way he said it in that tone.
Plus, it actually shows a time where Homer isn't stupid.
Yeah. Unlike a certain Peter Griffin.
I just love the guy's reaction when he was as this computer was failing because
Yeah.
Homer was spilling the cola on it.
Yeah.
So season 7 was a great season for The Simpsons.
Yeah. It had the best episodes.
Pretty good following up from season 6, which was pretty much a near perfect season.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking, do I regret any of any of the ones we did? I don't think so.
No.
There could have been some could have been better, but I still don't regret any of them because they were fun.
Can you imagine if in their Naruto Venom podcast, if he actually did give Sheena part of the symbiote?
Yeah, do you want to do that?
I mean, maybe if you want to add it.
Yeah, someday we'll make remakes of old podcasts like the Heroes one.
Cool. We could probably redo those Kingdom Hearts ones because I feel we didn't really show enough of evil Hinata and how evil she was.
Yeah, we never used her in the story at all. We might do that. Well,
Never be an actual threat.
yeah. Well, I'm done. I'll see you
All
next
right,
week.
I'll see you next week.
Bye.